Got to love it, got to love it. Good sound of a V8. How is it going, everybody? I hope you are all having a wonderful day today. Just getting off work, so mine just got a lot better. Get buckled in for safety. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Had to try to start getting out of the parking lot. You know how it is quitting time. Everybody wants to run for the door. Speaking of it, look, I already got a line. Ooh, sorry about that, but I had to try to get going out of work. Oh, there's another 5th gen. Nice orange one, black stripes. But like I was saying, I hope each and every one of you are having a magnificent day. It's a nice 65 degrees here in North Carolina today, and couldn't be happier about that. And I really appreciate each and every one of you stopping by. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, give it a thumbs up. If not, tell me why. That way I can improve. We all need to get better, right? And what I am talking about today's video, is about a subject that everyone faces when they own a car, especially a 5th gen Camaro or a car along that lines. And what is that? Well, stay tuned to find out. I often get questions about having this car. You know, I basically got a pretty clean slate as far as what I've done as a car. But I often get questions about, what's your next mod? What's your plans for what you're going to do? What are you going to be doing to your car next? So, you know, I was sitting around thinking, just like many of us do, daydreaming about, oh, front splitter, rear spoiler, supercharger, different wheels, you know, yada, yada, yada. And it got me to thinking, upon doing that, I was like, what mods would I not want to have? I mean, just about any mod is great, right? And then I got thinking, well, that's not necessarily so. So today's video is going to be about the 10 things, the 10 mods that I would never consider doing to my 5th gen Camaro, my Z28, or even my Tahoe. Because some of them are tacky, some of them are downright dangerous, and some of them are ugly. And what are those 10 things? Well, let's get to it, since you ask. Now, this is not going to be in any particular order. It's just 1 through 10, you know, 10 things that I sit around thinking about that I would never do. And, you know, some of these, like I said, are dangerous. Some of them are just ugly, and some of them really don't pertain to anything but like a show car, okay? So let's get started. Number 1 on my list of things that I just would never do to any of my vehicles. And you've all seen them. And to those that have them, I'm sorry for offending anybody in advance. This is just my personal preference. But my personal preference on number 1 is the Ricer fart can. Yeah, we've all seen them, we've all heard them, and normally you see them before you hear them. You got that constant boom, you know, sounds like a pissed off bumblebee in a can. Sometimes the freaking muffler is bigger than one of the wheels. You know, they're huge monstrosities. But that's number 1. Number 2 on the list of things that I would never do. Thank you for turning. Number 2 on the list of things I'd never do to my cars, kind of mod or anything. And like I said, this one is kind of along the car show line, and that is Lambo doors. Okay, they're kind of a trend, and like I said, it just doesn't work for me. I've never seen a kit that, if you use it regularly, shuts right, closes right, fits right. The gap always is off. The door wants to sag after a little bit of constant use, you know. And it's expensive. It messes up your car to a degree, because you do have to do some cutting to get the hinges and stuff to fit. And, you know, I'm just not willing to do that kind of cutting on my vehicle. So number 2 on the list is Lambo doors. They're just not for me. Coming in at number 3 on the list of things that I would never do to my car And this one I just don't get. I mean, I know that it came along and it's been a trend for the guys who find the old cars sitting out in barns and fields and whatnot, and they don't want to spend a lot of money repainting their car, so they sand it down a little bit and clear coat it, you know. But what it's called is patina. Putting patina on your car. I've seen some cars almost brand new. I've even seen a Porsche, a brand new Porsche Boxster, that has patina just all over it. And some of the ways that you get the patina are not very clean. Let's just put it that way. But why in the world would you want to take a beautiful car and put patina on it? And if you don't know what patina is, you'll see the pictures. But basically, it's adding rust look to your car. I mean, if it was a wrap or something, I still don't even think I'd want that. It's just not visually appealing. Number 4 on the list. Oh, great, if it does. You guys think I'm kidding when I talk about construction work and dust. Look at this. My windshield and car is so filthy right now from all this dust. It is just ridiculous. Look at that. Dust, 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 dust. Number 4 on the list. It ought to be dust, right? But technically, that's not a mod. Number 4 on the list, and this is one of the ones that I think is just downright dangerous. And again, it kind of goes along with the racer crowd. It's called stance. The part of the crowd that belongs to a stance nation. And what it is taking your car and messing with the suspension so bad. It's actually changing the camber, so rather than your tire being straight up and down, it's almost at a 45. And I've seen cars before going down the road, and they're sitting there just bouncing, you know, all cool and everything. And all of a sudden, when the freaking wheels fall off because the suspension, it just falls apart. And you know, that's just very dangerous. I mean, imagine going down the road at speed on a highway or something, and that happened. I mean, how in the world could you want to do that to your car? I mean, it's along the same lines as a race alignment, where you want your car towed in a little bit, the camber towed in, but not on a daily driven, street driven vehicle. Come on, let's face it, guys, that's dangerous. Don't do it. It's crazy. Yay, construction. Next up on the list, I'm sorry, you don't want to hear my rambles. Next up on the list is another thing along the same lines as stance, okay? It's just the exact opposite though. And what this is called is high rising. And what they do is they take the car and jack it up so high that they completely alter the suspension on the car to where they can actually put 36-inch wheels and tires underneath their car. You know, the tread on the tire is about that big, but the wheels are all the way up to the side of the door on a regular car, you know. And you literally almost have to have a dang step ladder to get in the thing. Now, it's real big down south. It's how I live in the south. It's big further down in the south, like in Atlanta and Georgia and places like that. Not so much around, you know, Charlotte, Monroe, place where I live. Not so much here, but I have seen a few. And it takes a lot of money to do this, and I'm not knocking anybody for any of the mods that they choose to do. It's your car, by all means do it, but that's got to be one rough ride. And it definitely ain't for my car. Sky rising, high rising, skyscrapers, whatever you want to call it. Jacking your car up 4 foot tall. Not for me. Sorry, trying to get out. Place is crazy. Now this is even along again the same with the suspension and stuff. What this is called I don't know. It's not really, well, it's wheel lighting, okay? Wheel lightings. Now you've seen all the cars with the neon glow lighting and stuff coming out from under it and everything, and you know, to show cars and whatnot. And now they've taken it and they've got kits that look like a ring that you could put on the inner side of your wheels. You mount it to the suspension. You're actually right around your brake rotors, and as you drive down the road you have the neon light and your wheel will spin, and it just creates, it looks like you're riding on a ring of light. You'll see a ring whatever color you've got on the back and a ring of whatever color you got on the front, and it just looks like you're riding on light wheels. And like I said, this is another one of those mods that might be okay for a show car. And if first time you see it, it is kind of cool, I will admit that. But after that, it's just like, nah, that's okay. That is not for me. Wheel lighting, nah, one of the mods I definitely will not be doing in my car. All right, let's see, I think that's 6. Now let's get on with number 7. Number 7 things, or the number 7 thing on my list of things that I would never do to my cars. This is kind of along the lines, why would you buy a Ferrari and try to make it look like a Pinto, right? Well, I shouldn't say that because most of you don't know what a Pinto is. And it's not a great analogy, but long story short is, you pay good money for a particular vehicle and then you want to go and take the badges off of it, okay? Like my red, well, sitting right here beside me, my black Z28, okay? Love the car, been fantastic. Why in the world would I want to cut off the Z28? Why would I want to take off the Chevy bow tie? Why would I want to take off? Yeah, some people say it looks cleaner into a degree. Yeah, like my 5th gen sitting there. I love the way it looks. I want everybody to know that I've got an SS. I paid for that SS, you know? Why would I want somebody to possibly think going down the road that it's a V6 or something that it's not, or take the Chevy off or the Camaro off? And I've seen people actually do that and get asked if their car was a Mustang by people, you know, young that don't know any better or don't really know cars. But yeah, I don't understand it. I don't get it. To a certain point, it's okay because it cleans up the car, as they say. But come on, it's not right. It's almost sacrilege. You're going to pay for a car and then take the name off of whatever it is. It's debadging. Not for me. All right, getting close. Number 8. It's along the same lines as debadging. I just don't get it. I don't know why people would want to do it. Well, I can't say that. I can kind of understand it. Let me tell you first and then you'll understand. Up badging. What is up badging? It's like taking a V6 Camaro, right, and making it into a Z28 without putting a V8 in it. Yeah, just because you want a V8 or a Z28, you're going to take the badge and put it on there? No, come on guys, nobody's falling for that crap. Anybody that knows anything about a car will know the second you pull up beside them and they look at it that it's not a Z28 or a SS or an E3 or an M3, or they're going to know. Don't embarrass yourself. Please don't embarrass yourself. I can understand putting parts on it like you like the hood scoop or something like that. I can understand that. But no, come on, don't try to say it's something it's not. Up badging. Number 9. You thought we'd never get there, didn't you? Oh Lord. Number 9 is a trend that I've seen coming on with, again, the racer crowd, and it's just like, what in the world? Any of you that knows what a turbocharger is, you know that when you get on the gas real big and you get a good pull coming and it's all of a sudden you have to let off the gas real hard. Well, that pressure has to go somewhere, and it's called a blow-off valve, okay? You got to have it, otherwise you could blow out head gaskets, blow off pipes, you know, stuff like that. What they have now is actually fake blow-off valves. Yeah, you heard it. Fake blow-off valves. It's a little almost horn turbo-ish looking thing that you mount onto the car. You wire it into a micro switch, and whenever you want to go down the road, you sit there and push the button and it'll sound just like a pop-off valve or blow-off valve, if you will. It'll sound just like them. And oh God, it's so annoying. And I'm like, what the, you know? Number 9 on the list of things that I would never do. Fake blow-off valves. Fake anything as far as that goes. God, what a people. What's next? Oh, don't answer that. Please don't answer that. Ta-da! Here we are, number 10. Guess you thought you'd never make it that far. Heck, I never thought I'd make it that far. Now, one of the things that I would not do, number 10 on the list, and I saved this one because this one I just will not ever understand. Okay, now you get a high performance car, is one thing. You know, they come with spoilers, right? Well, I want a little different one, you know, with a little lip or something on it, or maybe the 3-piece that goes across here. And I would like to get the Z28 one and put on my SS, just because it makes the back end look better. Because see how the back end looks pinched, right? See how it looks pinched? I want to look a little fatter. Give it some more booty, if you know what I mean. But the number 10 thing on my list, big old nasty, gnarly wings, or as they say, wangs. Yeah, wangs. You know the ones that sit there and they drive by on little Hondas, the CRXs, and all that stuff, and the Honda Accord cars right here, and the freaking wing is way up here in the air. The wing is literally half as long, the wing is as long as half the freaking car. I just do not get it. I don't get it. Sorry for the mess. Got my battery tender plugged in because it's been cold, and I got a list of stuff I got to go to the store and do. So, with all that said, yeah, big old wangs. On high performance cars, they're necessary. Downforce, like the new ZR1 and the Camaro Z28 1LE, they're necessary. Downforce, that's what it's for. Going down the road, it's not useful at all. You're not going to be going fast enough for it to do anything for you. Again, quit embarrassing yourself. Nah, seriously though, big old wangs, not for me. Don't want them, don't need them. If you want it, if that's your thing, more power to you. God bless you. It's your money, you earned it. Do what you want. And I'm not picking on anything. You know, I mentioned the racer crowd a couple times and stuff. You know, that's just it's just a name. That's all it is. Just a name for a group of people who get out and enjoy their cars and want to have fun. That's all we're all doing. They just catch crap because of some of the stuff they do. So be it. Yeah, you know, like I said, the main thing in life, you're paying for it. Enjoy it. It's yours. Do what you want to it. This is just a short list of things that I would not do to my car. Not my personal preference, and I don't judge anybody or disagree with anybody for wanting to do it. Just doesn't work for me. So with all that said, again, I thank each and every one of you for stopping by. I really appreciate each and every one of you, your views, your comments. I wish I was getting more comments, because I really like discussing things with you guys and gals, you know. Right, wrong, that's how we get better. Help each other. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I'll be more than glad to try to work it out and change. And like Michael Jackson said, if you want to make a difference, you got to start with the man in the mirror, right? So let's get on with that mirror. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day out there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next video. Take care.